Welcome to 2020's Golden Gunt Awards. We're in the 100th year of the Academy of Kino and Nectar, and I'm joined today by PPP.
Yeah, second annual Golden Guns.
And Surfer.
Yeah.
In order to pass the nominees and decide upon a winner for each category. We've got about 20 categories, is that correct?
20 categories this year, that's right.
And they're quite varied in scope. Many winners, many losers. But without further ado, let's dive right in to the first category for the Golden Gunt Awards 2020, and that is the most homosexual leader of the white race. Now, our nominations are Owen Benjamin, Richard Spencer, Nick Fuentes, and Stephen Crowder. PPP.
It's a tough category there, Godwinson. I mean, all four of them are absolutely stellar homosexuals. All four of them stellar candidates for leader of the white race. There's a lot of moments you can think of this year where they acted in a homosexual fashion. I mean, Stephen Crowder, still hasn't had kids. That's suspicious. Crowder makes members of his staff that are men wear dresses and dance around in like frilly dresses and humiliate themselves. Weird gay shit like that. And you got Nick Fuentes with his
Catboy date there, Surfer.
Catboy date.
Thoughts?
Yeah.
I mean, it all hinges on
I
the
have to say that Big Bear is pretty based, and I don't think that Big Bear quite fits in this category.
Well, but what about Owen Benjamin actually drinking turpentine at the moment as we speak in order to pray away the gay there?
Yeah.
He's drinking turps in order to quell the gay demon inside him.
Owen Benjamin literally believes he has parasites making him gay, so he's drinking turpentine.
He's drinking turpentine
to kill the parasites that are making Owen Benjamin gay. Now,
is that gay in itself?
If that's true, maybe he'll be cured. And that brings.
So what? We're giving him cured. So he's out by technicality.
Now.
He's out by technicality.
But we have to remember, this is the man who stood in the whacking room, whacking off with his pals. He thought it was normal to masturbate with other men.
Well, let's not forget that
20 years old.
Well, Owen Benjamin was molested. Yeah, and he was molested as a child. And that's his explanation for a lot of this stuff.
But his dad is also apparently a homosexual. That's what he says. His dad is gay.
But I mean, all of this hinges on whether Owen Benjamin has actually drunk enough turpentine in order to get away from the gayness.
Purge the homosexuality.
And if that is indeed the case, then he cannot win most homosexual leader of the white race.
Yeah, it could be Richard Spencer, but I think this is a toss-up here between Nick and Stephen Crowder.
I think you're about right there, Surfer. I mean,
Richard Spencer got the burger with the fucking, was it Swiss burger with roasted mushrooms or some shit.
And his favorite Kubrick film is indeed Barry Lyndon.
Lyndon
kind of makes him even more gayer than
he has his list.
But then he does have children.
Yeah.
So where are we at this point?
But we have to remember, the white race leader portion of this, wherein, he led the white race at Charlottesville, and he led the white race into the 2016 election. You gotta remember his great contributions there.
It's got to go to Fuentes, this, surely, lads.
I think so. I mean, Nick Fuentes.
I mean, you have Crowder on Crowder with Crowder, and he throws up a good competition.
Well, Lolly Socks was just last night admitting to having sex with traps.
So this is it, and Lolly Socks, for those who don't know, is Nick Fuentes' boyfriend. So, I mean, how much more homosexual can you possibly get?
Like his best friend is caught sucking horse dildos and pouring milk over himself in a French maid's outfit. Then they're making longingly gay loving eyes to each other in a real sissy homoerotic fashion. And
it's Fuentes, shopping. Isn't it? Fuentes wins the 2020 Golden Gun for most homosexual.
Where's the envelope?
I suppose, yeah. So before we began, we were delivered a whole host of winners from the Academy of Kino and Nectar here. They've been independently sealed and verified, and it's for Surfer to open up who the Academy of Kino and Nectar have decided wins the Golden Gun for most homosexual leader of the white race 2020.
It's a critically important award.
So I'll open her up here. Who do we got? And it looks like your winner for most homosexual leader of the white race is Nicholas J. Fuentes.
Yeah, it
A
couldn't
worthy
have been
winner.
anyone else.
A worthy winner there.
No, there was no competition really for him this year. I mean, Steven Crowder's going to have to start cuckolding Jared more on the show or whatever. Fuck.
But maybe next year it'll be Crowder's turn.
Maybe next year Crowder will ride a dildo. We don't know. We don't know what tricks he has up his fucking sleeve.
All right, so the next category for Golden Gunt Awards 2020 is Most Based Boomer.
Most based.
Now we've got some very interesting nominees here. We've got WZ Rubicon.
Yeah, WZ Rubicon won.
A very good contender there. We've got Coach Red Pill, always a strong contender in whatever category he appears in.
Always, especially in
Gonzalo.
Gonzalo.
We've got E. Michael Jones. So he's got going for him is his grandfather's throne chair that was handed down
Yes,
to him.
he has this epic fucking ornately carved chair with the lions.
Well, I
on
want
either
the
side.
chair. I don't know about you, but I value that chair
it
more
would
than any
suit
idea
you.
that Box Day has
It
ever.
would suit you,
spoken.
your lordship. It really
It's a
would.
nice,
I hope
it's
so.
a nice chair.
It's
You
a
know,
very
it's
nice
really
chair.
nice
It
chair.
really is.
And it was said by his grandfather. Is
Yeah,
that
it's
right?
got to be 150 years old at least.
Now, when you think of boomers, you do think boring,
Yeah.
fucking, just kind of slow. And Vox really is boring and slow every single night on the dark stream. So there's that. But boomers also have wisdom, and Vox, he has a lot of wisdom.
Is Vox the most based out of these? We've got WZ Rubicon. Now, the three of us are fans of WZ Rubicon.
Let me tell you something now. WZ Rubicon is the quintessential boomer. He is like the ultimate embodiment in like a mythological archetype of what the boomer could
He's
and
the
should
boomer
be.
phenotype, we could
He
argue,
is.
right?
He's like the genesis from which all boomers stem.
I
Like
believe so.
all other models of boomer are just a variation upon the WZ Rubicon initial genesis model. And when you see WZ Rubicon, he's like a mechanic. He works with his hands. He's a real Doug.
His son's on meth.
His son's on mess, but
he's more concerned about the bread and circuses of the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl is fucking evil. You can't watch the Super Bowl.
TV is just brainwashing you.
It's
Well, he's got some good points, and that's why I think that WZ Rubicon is really based boomer.
Well,
He's
WZ
probably
Rubicon,
the most based boomer.
I mean,
It's-
the most
it's
based
always
video he
millennials'
made, right?
fault.
But the most based video he made was where he discovered that wood was more sustainable than coal and nuclear energy.
that was right.
That was a discovery made as of last week.
Yeah, wood fire energy.
That's more
the
sustainable
answer. It's
than,
sustainable in our ecological. That's where we're at. I mean, WZ Rubicon. It's
know-
always the kids' fault. Fuck the kids, and he's just a sour old fuck.
I think with each video he gets more progressively
the
sour.
wood stove is nice. It's nice.
I'm sure it is.
So is it Coach Red Pill? I suppose we should discuss Coach.
I mean,
Coach had a rebirth of sorts earlier this year when he was demonetized
That's right.
and decided to rebrand as
Gonzalo Lira.
Gonzalo Lira there, and the style of content has been rebranded to Let's Publish a Novel
Yeah, and how to make films.
and How to Make Films. Now, we've watched all of these Let's Publish a Novel.
And until I see a copy of Wilshire Boulevard, I take everything Gonzalo tells us with a grain of salt.
About the publishing business. But I mean, he also published such great books as Acrobat.
Well, and it was for Acrobat, let's not forget, that Harvey Weinstein actually gave Coach $650,000 as an advance in order to make Acrobat for Miramax. So does that make Coach Red Pill based? Does that make him based?
Based. Fucking based. I mean, Coach is always a strong contender for most based.
Whatever category he appears in, he's
truly. He's an elite level contender, and so you could very well see. I mean, in any year, based boomer could be Coach. It's any given Sunday with Coach.
And then we've got E. Michael Jones. Now, E. Michael Jones, it's a difficult one to call because would you call "Let's Make Every Race in the World Catholic and Everything Will Be Great" based?
No. Actually, I wouldn't call it based. I'd call it cringe.
Yeah, cringe and gay.
Cringe and
Michael Jones makes some good points, but he is a Catholic, and you can never trust a Catholic. So I'm gonna have to say it's not quite as based as it needs to be.
So I guess what we've got then,
but
we've got two really strong contenders for this category of most based boomer for the Golden Gunt Award 2020, and that is WZ Rubicon, and Coach Red Pill. Now, are Coach Red Pill's arms too
Well,
short to box
Hold
with
on.
WZ Rubicon?
Hold on. What about Teddy Spaghetti?
Well, we discussed Box Day and his magnificent chair.
Teddy's pretty based.
But is he
You
based
know,
enough to
Teddy's
rival
got like a
WZ Rubicon?
156 IQ.
You know, is Teddy really
Yeah.
a boomer? He plays sports. He's, you know, a soccer star. He's got a mixed martial arts career.
He's a Renaissance man in every sense of the
I
word.
think he's like 60.
no.
He's
Teddy's
20 at most.
20 at most.
Okay.
He's the
okay,
Supreme Dark Lord.
Well, let's consult the Academy of Kino and Nectar, because these nominations and their winners have
They're
been
not really ours
independently
Yeah.
verified and awarded by the Academy of Kino and Nectar. And what do we have here for Based Boomer Surfer?
So, you got her envelope. Let's open her up. So our winner this year for most based boomer looks like it's going to WZ Rubicon 1.
A very worthy winner there, very strong winner.
Truly unbelievable.
I think the Academy made the right call there.
Absolutely. They recognize that he's the archetypal boomer. He is a legend in his field. And so that's you know, well deserved, righteously won.
So we're on our next category for the Golden Gunt Awards 2020. And we have Most Based Black Man.
Whoa!
Now, our nominations are Pastor Manning, Jesse Lee Peterson,
Oh!
Henry Davis, and Brittany Venti.
All
The category for Most Based Black Man here. 4 nominations. So let's just go through in order. Pastor Manning.
It's a
Now,
hard one.
we love Pastor Manning.
We do.
Pastor Manning preaches the ills of the ghetto.
He does.
He dictates and fully articulates the reason why Black people have been oppressed in America with such pinpoint accuracy that I think it's hard to distrust that he is indeed the most based Black man.
It's truly hard to contend with Pastor Manning. I mean, he gets right to the root issues that are at the heart of the African Americans' condition in America. And for that, we have to applaud him. He's truly an innovator like Martin Luther King Jr. or even Malcolm X.
100%. Jesse Lee Peterson, Surfer. So we were watching some of this yesterday, were we not?
Yeah.
And you rate him as having the best intro song?
Yeah. Jesse Lee Peterson's intro song is the best by far. And he gets a few points on the bass scale just from his intro song there. Now, he did change it a little bit.
Yeah. So describe what the intro used to be, the Kino intro of the Jesse Lee Peterson show.
Well, you know, there's a part where, because Jesse's singing it, you know, and there's a part where he goes, stand up. Stand up, you know, and when he says it, you see people in the picture.
So he's in the ghetto, right? The camera's in the ghetto, isn't it? It's in, like,
it's through Detroit.
Yeah, like it's like the Ferguson riots. You know what I mean?
People are laying on sleeping on the fucking sidewalk, like
in the very
cardboard boxes and shit.
In the very first stand up, there'd be some guy passed out behind a bush on the sidewalk, you know, and he cut that out. In the last episode I watched, so you know, it's not quite as based. It used to be a bit more based, but Jesse's pretty based.
Yeah.
Sometimes he can be a bit of a charlatan. But
example, I mean, you can't lay claims like this and not back them with evidence. What's Jesse Lee Peterson being untruthful about?
Well, you know, he's pretty good with his life advice and everything.
Right.
But when he gets into his theology advice, you know, and people will quote the Bible to him, and he'll tell them, no, you can't listen to people that quote the Bible, you know. But the Bible is the standard of truth, you know. So you should be quoting it back and forth when you have that debate. So, you know, that's not quite so base. But other than that, Jesse's political stance, Jesse's outlook, and sort of his advice for men is pretty based, you know. When he told Fuentes he was a beta for living with his mom, that was pretty based.
And I think he was right there. I think he was pretty amazing advice there. Henry Davis with Smoke, Antifa, I want the smoke.
Yeah. I want the smoke.
I want the smoke. I want the
Go
smoke.
bring the smoke.
Bring the smoke.
Henry
Pulls out-
Davis go bring
Bring
the
the smoke.
Bring the smoke. He pulls out his gun.
It's
He's ready to
amazing.
shoot
He's wearing
down
his
the-
MAGA hat.
Yeah, he's like, I'm tired of Trump supporters getting their asses kicked by these pansy Antifa. Better bring the gun. Bring the smoke.
Henry Davis. So I suppose
Henry Davis.
the one stronger nominee than Henry Davis and the three preceding black men we've had is indeed Brittany Venti.
Well, Brittany Venti is, when you think of what a black person is,
Well, when you
That
think of
is-
what a black man is, you just initially picture Brittany Venti.
you do. Like, if you were to think of a black man, like a Tyrone Jefferson type, you would envision Brittany Venti.
Yeah, just the
Visage.
the phenotype.
Yeah, the phenotype, the
It's
initial
the
lineage.
archetype of the masculine.
Yeah.
You know?
So Venti, right? Sort of opinions on Venti. I know you're subscribed to her and you watch every one of her videos. And
I
you,
don't watch any of the
sit
videos,
around with like a
actually.
roll of tissues. But for the rest of us sane people, Brittany Venti is appalling, disgusting. Cat shit on the bed is all we see. Do we not?
Well, she shit in the bed and didn't clean it up.
Well, I remember Gonzalo actually telling me that she has a heart of blackness,
A
and
heart
her
of-
and her soul is corrupting the wider morality of society.
Well, it is. It's decadent. It's depraved what she does. Now she's counter-campaigning against the word simp.
Simp, and she misunderstands the word simp. That's the worst thing. She's got one like weird pseudo definition of the word simp.
Everyone that watches her show is a simp.
Yeah. How do you feel about
Hey there,
that
buddy.
accusation?
Buddy, it's not simping, buddy. It's a fucking. You watch the Brittany Venti show. So she's got some great satire there, guys. Really fucking high-level satire, guys. It's fucking really unreal.
I suppose we should mention, right, that she had a sort of webcam date with Fuentes earlier this year.
Yeah, where she was
Where-
Dr.
yeah.
Melfi.
And yeah, where she
Nick
plays Dr. Melfi
blushing
from
like
the
Oh,
from The Sopranos.
Oh,
There, she's trying to diagnose Fuentes. I thought that was quite good.
yeah.
And the
yeah.
conclusion is that he's just a homosexual, as is open. But,
Yeah, that was the case, Nick,
so that was a pretty
The
that was a
masculine
pretty
essence of
I'm surprised Nick
Venti was
Fuentes.
flowing out.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised Nick
and
Fuentes didn't
Not
go for
Fuentes.
Venti.
Well, this is
Fucking
it. I
masculine.
thought Nick Fuentes would be all about a black man, but
Yeah,
who knows?
yeah,
Maybe he just prefers Dickensian criminals. Who knows?
could be. Anyway, let's
Is
see
it
what the
time to see
Academy-
what the Academy are saying? The Academy and Kino
Well,
Nectar?
let's see. Looks like we got the envelope in.
the award for best black
Award.
man?
Okay.
Independently, sealed and verified.
So here's the envelope. Let's open her up. And it looks like your 2020 winner for most based black man is going to be Brittany Venti.
Very worthy winner there. I think the
Yeah.
Academy made the right call on that one.
Absolutely.
I mean, you don't get much more of a black man than Brittany Venti, really,
No.
do you?
First thing pops into your head
All right.
immediately.
Our next category for the 2020 Golden Gunt Awards is Best Homeless Man.
Best homeless
Now,
man.
we've got a few really good nominations here. Let's just run through them. We've got Ghetto Van Adventures. Now,
Ghetto Van
it doesn't
Adventures.
get better, really. Billy Engerson,
Yeah.
Spoonie,
Spoonie, he's homeless. It's
And
tough.
Darkside Phil,
DSP,
who may not
Central.
technically be homeless just at the moment, but is likely to be homeless
He's
by the time he
circling
finishes
the
streaming.
fucking
Right?
drain there.
Yeah, you never know.
So
Tough.
let's just start with Ghetto Van Adventures. Now, this guy, Canadian, lives in his van, is
Yeah.
a sort of future projection of PPP here,
Yeah.
trying out various fast food meals that he gets from drive-thrus, rating Walmart car parks
Yeah.
that will let him stay overnight.
It's a view of the Walmart.
Taking a dump in the forest.
Yeah,
He's living that
literally
van
shits
life.
in the woods.
His van is literally fucking rusting. It's this piece of shit. It's
Well, it is a
falling apart.
ghetto
We got
van, though.
contracts all over the ground, you know, just covering it.
They fucking they asked him, well, how long did it take you to rig up this van? He goes, oh, about 5 minutes.
The video where he shows you his van is like an episode of Pimp My Ride.
But it's like a rusted out fucking just shit, dilapidated vessel.
But did you not enjoy the moment where he reviews the Tim Norton cinema bun?
Yeah.
And he looks at it and it's like a piece of rubber and he's holding it up and it's like failing in shape. That was a
He
Keno
gave a
moment.
bad review for the Tim Hortons cinnamon bun.
Even
It's
then, he
literally
kept it
just this
optimistic. Like
soggy-
it was the worst piece of food you've ever
This
seen
like
enter someone's
breakfast
mouth.
sandwich.
And he eats it and sort of gives it. He doesn't even trash it, right? He's that positive.
The cinnamon bun's really
It's
good.
like, well,
I don't
the
know.
cinnamon bun was good, but it's bland.
Yeah, he said he couldn't
This
taste
is
the.
really-
You gotta get the
one
one
yellow
with the frosting on top.
Based.
And then he also
It's really
reviewed
good.
the habanero chicken.
The
which,
habanero McChicken
Yeah,
from McDonald's. He reviewed
good
the
review,
Reese's
though.
Outrageous bar.
Yeah, and to be fair, to his credit, he gave it a good review.
He did.
And it must be hard to come by, all of this money for this fast food.
Well,
when he lives in a
he
van and
just lives
shits
in
in
a
the
van
woods
and collects welfare, which
Yeah.
is pretty incredible.
and drives around Canada.
Yeah.
So our next nomination is Billy Engerson. Explain Billy Engerson to us, man.
So Billy Engerson, for those of you who are uninitiated, which I imagine is all of you since he gets 3 views a video, Billy Engerson is a man with, I believe, like 14 subscribers. He's a homeless man in his like mid-50s or 60s. All his teeth have fucking fallen out. They're all fucking rotten. He's got this long-ass fucking hippie hair. He wears a leather biker hat. And he's got this old piece of shit fucking like Pioneer tablet. This RCA tablet, I think it is. His RCA brand tablet that he's filming on, and like the audio fucking is skipping. And he's filming from like the back alleyways of like where he's sleeping and shit as a homeless man.
But like watching
and
it's
uploading
like,
at the public library.
well, watching it's like MK Ultra with
You
every
know,
skip.
it's cutting in and out. It sounds like there's cryptic messages.
Yeah, with every skip,
You
there's
know?
a cryptic message going on.
There's like cryptic messages.
He's telling us about the Jays and the
He really-
the Overlords.
Yeah,
Tune your
control us.
station,
the
or
Majestic
whatever.
12.
It's all embedded in the
Majestic
frame
12.
skip.
That's Billy Engerson.
Spoonie for Homeless Man of the Year 2020.
I mean, we never thought this day would come, really, where Spoonie was homeless.
So he was at such a high. This past 10 years have just been rough for Spoonie.
Yeah.
They've been a rough ride. And they've culminated in his homelessness, in him looking like Grimer Wormtongue.
He got food at the McDonald's by children.
Yeah, children at McDonald's are booing him. He's attacking his Christmas tree, and any reminder of his girlfriend is sending him into a spiraling depression.
Yeah.
He can't even garner like fangirls off Twitter anymore to look after his sorry ass. It's over.
It's over for Spoonie.
It's over. He's in a cardboard box as we speak on Doug Walker's lawn.
It's tough.
It's tough
It
for
is
Spoonie.
tough. It is tough.
But is
I
he indeed
don't
the best
know
homeless man?
about best homeless man. He doesn't have, like, when you look at Spoonie, he doesn't have a lot of experience being homeless
He
compared
looks
to
homeless.
like a
Yeah.
Billy Angerson, who looks like he's put in his maybe decade or two. And Billy's a man of the streets now.
Well, if
You know?
Spoonie has very little
Spoonie's not
experience,
there yet.
well, so if Spoonie has very little experience of being homeless, then DSP arguably has even less,
Even less.
as he's about to become homeless as we speak.
Well, he spent what, $25,000
just on an app
a
game,
WWE
right? On an
app.
app.
a wrestling app.
Thousands of his fans' money on an app. Every month, right, we wait for DSP to tell us that there's a surprise
There's a-
financial emergency.
fundraiser,
We just need to crowdfund my life. Just surprise.
Right.
Something unexpected's come up
Yeah,
because he spends all of his money on an app.
the WWE app.
WWE.
And then his condo's underwater.
What do you
It's
do
rough.
on the WWE app?
Well, you spend thousands and
Yeah,
thousands of
it's
dollars.
some, I don't know, fighting game, I think, WWE Legend or something. I don't know.
So he's probably got a pretty good wrestler.
But I think he had two houses at one point, didn't he?
Yeah, well, one of them's fucked.
Yeah.
The other one, I think's okay. So who knows? DSP might not even really be homeless.
But
We really wanted to feature this category.
so, what is the Academy of Keno and Nectar saying? So, the Academy of Keno and Nectar have independently verified the winner.
Looks like
And
we're getting
sealed
an
it.
envelope just in fresh. Oh, let's open up the envelope. And it looks like your 2020 winner for most based homeless man is
Well done. Very
all
worthy
he
winner
had to
there.
do was make a fucking vlog, but now he's eating out of the garbage can. Base Spoonie.
Well, look,
tough.
it's been a horrendous ballad for the four.
But at least he's won a golden gun.
At least he's got a golden gun to glow in the night time to remind
Yeah.
him of his former success as a critic of the year.
Tragic.
Tough.
So our next category for Golden Gunt 2020 is Best Comeback.
Oh,
Very good category, this one. Who's going to win the 2020 Golden Gunt for Best Comeback? Our nominations are Crouch, who sleeps upside down.
Crouch!
Beast!
Warski with his
Warski!
what is
Soy
his new
boy
channel even
documentary,
called? What's it even called?
Subculture?
Subculture. Yeah.
Subculture.
Ethan Ralph for coming back from the brink of the pill stream there. And PPP, who returned this year after a long absence of being in jail. Well, I finally raised all of the bail money. I had to go to Coach Red Pill
Yeah, Gonzalo bailed us out.
get some laundered money there. And I finally bailed PPP out
What
of the
a
Canadian
scam.
jail that he entered.
What a
when he
scam.
We got him out
floored
early.
that, police officer.
What a scam.
So let's just talk about the nominations. Crowd. What a great year it's been for Crowd.
It really
What
has.
a night it's been for Crowd.
Kraut,
yeah.
remember how low Kraut was at one point? So, like, not only did he have to leave YouTube for like 8 months or whatever it was, but then he fell below 100,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
And everybody just kicked sand.
People
in his
every
face.
day were like live streaming his subscriber count
going down.
Yeah, just willing Crowd to
It's gonna
die,
die.
willing
it's
Crowd
gonna
to
die.
suicide and sunset
You know?
himself. And then miraculously, right? Well, we know the reason why, but miraculously, right? Crowd sort of
surge.
Yeah,
in
he
popularity.
gathered the spirit bomb as he was bloodied and wounded on the battlefield.
He's nearly
And he
finished.
rose
Yeah,
to his
no.
levitation and threw the spirit bomb on all of his enemies and remained the victor.
Kraut rises.
Kraut rises.
Kraut
Just
wins.
shat all over Warski.
And you'd think
when the comebacks crossed over it.
But you'd think, right, that, Kraut with this amazing success, all of these hundreds of thousands of subscribers have all come back to him, and even more from other places.
Yeah.
People actually see him as not a split dick, Victorian melodrama villain. People don't see him as that anymore. People actually see him as
a respected academic scholar,
a scholar,
a maker of documentaries. He's a documentarian.
Intellectual, he makes some pretty smart videos.
But you'd think, right, with all of this success, that Kraut would become a happier person. But no, he's still sleeping upside down. He's still calling Godwinson and PPP at 3 a.m. on Christmas Day.
He's talking to me at Christmas Day. We must execute Order 60.
He's planning all of his revenge.
The guy's got the weirdest sounding voice I've ever heard.
So is Kraut a paranoid schizophrenic?
I don't know.
The thing is with Kraut, right? Even though he's got this great success, even though he should just forget everything that's happened to him, or at least move past it now because he's been vindicated, he's become even more evil, has he not? He's using the success as like
more
a
machine
culture.
than man
He's
now.
he's
Twisted
fully
and
embraced
evil.
the dark side.
Twisted in
My initial image when I picture Kraut, when he calls me on Discord, I think I'm like being summoned by Emperor Palpatine.
Well, it's like
I can hear the music, the Palpatine
it's like
music.
the Emperor Palpatine at the end of Rise of Skywalker, where he's just controlled by machines.
Yeah, he's like
controlled by his handlers.
He's got whited
Morgoth
eyes
or whoever
Yeah.
weird handlers he has. And he's just like, I will destroy JF.
I'm coming for you, Warski.
Gonzalo.
He might be a weird sounding guy, but he is sure making a comeback.
He did have a good comeback.
He's making some pretty good. He's making some pretty smart videos. I like the couple.
And the thing is, like, there's wisdom in Kraut, I suppose. So there are people that are actually, recognizing value in Kraut's content. And I suppose the real thing is that, the lesson to be learned from all of this is you can do anything online. You can literally show your asshole on a stream to hundreds of people and still, be somewhat respected by the internet. You can still come back from the brink. And as the other 3 nominations for Best Comeback will demonstrate, you can come back from like willing someone's death, ordering one of your minions to murder someone in cold blood. You can come back from, taking so much Xanax on your show that you can't even speak properly, and you're just begging for Jim to return. But so Warski, let's discuss Subcultured. He's come back with a series of 10-minute documentaries.
Yeah, these are really long-form videos and long-form.
Now we've watched all of them. Thoughts, sir?
You know, like Worski's come back. He's really putting his foot forward. He's putting an effort in, but like the guy sounds like he's lost most of his brain cells. You know, like, and it's not even in like what he says. It's in his voice. You know, there's something about it.
Well, he sounds like an even more brain damaged Rocky. It's like
you're mad at me, I did it.
This is how he should market this new channel. He should market this new channel with a Rocky Sylvester Stallone avatar, right? Adrian! Majora's Mask! Adrian!
He spells Majora's Mask instead of the A.
No, literally every single one of these documentaries that he makes is preceded by like a 4-minute training montage where Geek Thulu's like singing "Hearts on Fire" to Andy Wilson. He's doing push-ups in a lodge there, in a snow lodge.
Yeah, no, but I mean, good for him. He's putting his foot forward, you know.
Well, I mean, so what do we think of the Kobe Bryant documentary that he did?
Garbage.
Well, that's because you gave the take that Kobe Bryant rots in hell. But I think to wider society, people are going, "Oh, that was a good video, Warski."
No, they're going to side with Ari Shaffir, and they know the truth. They know that Kobe's in hell, and that Ari did what was right.
You know, Kobe was trying his best, buddy.
You know, I was convinced when Kobe Bryant died. I thought, "Oh shit, the guy from Space Jam has died."
Let's face it, Kobe couldn't even carry LeBron's jockstrap. He's like LeBron's little slave. You know what I mean? On the plantation.
Like
LeBron cracked the whip on Kobe's bitch ass.
Well, I mean, I thought he was Michael Jordan, so I feel bad. I feel bad though. I mean, his daughter died in the crash there. You know,
it's a terrible
event.
Well, he was a suicide because LeBron passed him in points, and so he couldn't let his daughter live with that shame. So he took them both out that day. Holy shit. That's what Kobe did. Our
next nomination is Ralph for Best Comeback. So last time we saw Ethan Ralph, right, he was coked up to the eyeballs. He was on as many barbiturates as possible. He couldn't even speak. He was calling his co-hosts autistic.
Yeah.
Even Gator was being like,
Gator, you owe me $300.
You owe me $300 for like paying your rent.
Gator, I'll pay your rent.
Poor guy. Let's not forget the Gator, by the way. Gator spent like $300 on a luchador mask for Ralph's event. You know,
and then he took it off.
And then he took it off anyway.
Shannon.
But look, so Ralph melted down completely. He can't even speak, and he's sort of desperately yearning for Jim to come back onto his show.
Jim, please, Jim, we love you. Jim's his own man, and he makes his own decisions.
I love Jim.
I love Jim.
I love my wife, Coach.
I love my wife. She's not a dirty old packet that's 500 pounds. No, with a monobrow. Oh, unibrow. No. I love my wife.
Xander. No, I didn't dox him. That's not true.
It's not true.
No, it's not true.
It's not true. It's not true.
So yeah, he managed to come back from that, but bafflingly. He sort of persevered. He carried on doing a show. I think we can know a lot of Ralph's comeback to Dame Pesos there for being the only one really charitable enough to. Dick Masterson and Dame Pesos really rescued him from that hole he was in.
Yeah.
Because let's be under no illusions here. This guy is just like he's a raging alcoholic. He can barely even get it together for a show he does for 1 hour.
He's missed 3 shows last week.
Holy
shit. The show he does do, the microphone doesn't work. Terrible. I mean, the co-hosts are all autistic.
The show is absolutely awful.
They can't fucking figure anything out.
It comes to something.
This is it. Like the guy put out a couple good ones. You know, like he was starting to come back. He had Jim on. You know, it still wasn't.
No, but let's not forget that Jim was only there because he wanted to be monetized on YouTube. Yeah. No, the only reason Jim actually appeared because he wanted to tell everyone that he wanted super chats.
I've been demonetized.
So Jim just used Ralph just to get his shekels off.
And I mean, like, I enjoyed watching Styx and
Michael Jones. That was it was a good debate. So this is why he's got a best comeback nomination.
But it's all falling apart again.
And then our next comeback was PPP. Now, PPP's had a strong comeback here. He's been ranting about the evils of Kobe Bryant rotting in hell. He's been going after Ralph extra hard. He's been going after Gator, his Appleboy's sidekick. You know, even got the video taken down. It was that successful. he's been rising so hard, actually. I mean, how many subscribers are you on now? You've gained like
2,400 now.
So he's gained like 1,500 subscribers in a matter of like weeks.
Yeah, like 2-3 weeks.
You know, the channel's growing. He's getting hundreds of live viewers a show. Old fans of PPP can't believe that he's finally, you know, sold out and become a totally celebrity.
I know.
Even going as far as monetizing the Spoonie documentary that a
true.
humble
That's
lolcow
not
scholar
true.
made for him.
That's not
But
true.
Who knows?
It's not
He's just
true.
keeping the fort down on lock.
But all we know, right, is that it was laced with that.
What a fucking scam.
So PPP returned. What are the Academy of Kino and Nectar saying here, Surfer? The independently sealed and verified winner belongs in an envelope that Surfer is about to disclose.
So we got an envelope in. Looks like our winner this year for the 2020 most based and biggest comeback is going to Kraut.
Wow. Feel the dark side. Give into its evil.
So Kraut, right?
Receive a golden gun.
Kraut's probably watching this video, you know, hunched over someone's skull that he's picking apart.
He's drinking
You know,
blood.
he's
from,
drinking-
like, you know, the skull.
He's just bathed in darkness, you know, and he's finally just had a little shadow of a smile fall across his face.
His little shadow of a smile.
We've given him a little ounce, a morsel of joy there. You know?
Wasn't rigged. They're saying it's rigged. It should have gone to Ralph.
It's Kraut. Kraut
did
is
he
the
get
best
to Ralph?
comeback here.
Ralph's hasn't done fuck all. His show still sucks.
So we've made Kraut's year. You know, perhaps we've stopped him from stalking that child he's been stalking on the streets of Austria. There, perhaps we've given him a little bit of joy to stop killing.
Don't sleep upside down happy tonight.
Most shameless grifter. Now this is the Mr. Metica Award for most shameless grifter. We've got 4 nominations.
Legacy.
Yeah, so, I mean, let's just talk about the history of the award. So, coined by Jim, sort of around the same time he opened that Patreon here. Yeah. We've got a really outstanding category because all of the nominations are completely shameless. They're scum.
They're whores.
They're just whores
the
of the highest
of
order.
The low,
Shilling, NordVPN, Proton Mail, anything and everything that they could possibly
These people are lower than the smut on the wall of
selling stickers with their stolen avatars on front of them.
Just
grifting along.
Getting that money.
Just filling the thumbnail with anything custom, anything with like a few bits of text on. Filling the arbitrary time slot there. You've got to fill it out to 10 minutes, say nothing of worth, stretch out your point to 10 minutes artificially. Just be the most shameless grifter, just to match the algorithm, just to meet those ads.
So you can catch that gravy train of a few $dozen.
So that's the nomination here. So we've got the Mr. Metica Award for most shameless grifter, and our nominees are there's 4 of them. We have Toad McKinley.
Yep.
We've got Vincent James, The Quartering, and Mr. Obvious. Now, this is very hard to call because all of these people are just shameless in their actions.
Just absolutely abhorrent individuals.
Let's just start with Toad, man. Now he's got an axe to grind with Toad.
Look, Toad is a total fucking piece of shit. Toad is a fucking garbage human. All his videos are ripoffs. You know, everything he's ever done is unoriginal. He's a diet fucking Mr. Medicare who wishes he was Jim, but never will be Jim, never will have the charisma, the presence, the success of Jim. He's never going to make the money of Jim, although he wishes he could, selling his gay fucking Toad stickers for 27 fucking
What about his Gravy Squad?
Gravy Squad! Gravy Squad shirt! You better fucking buy into my scam, my fucking $35 t-shirt or whatever.
So here was the point for me. Like, I'm a Toad Makino guy. Like, I like my monthly Chantel. You know,
monthly Chantel.
I don't know.
Let's just kick sand in this fucking awful bitch's face forever.
You think it's easy?
I like him talking. But I like him talking about Boogie 2988's high crimes. You know, what am I going to learn from this?
We're learning so much that, you know, not 1,000 other people have fucking covered.
But here was the point. Here was the point that actually got me to write down his nomination here for the Academy of Kino and Nectar. We're watching Toad Makino, just sitting down. You know, we're ready for this. We're watching its premiere. Not even seconds in, right? We're shilling Proton Mail.
This video has been sponsored by Proton
What a
Mail.
sellout! And even then, he's laced it with adverts.
Laced it with adverts. Shilling his Patreon.
Anything and everything is possibly shilled. Everything and everything is possibly
Proton Mail is secure in Switzerland.
Now, I know you're a big fan of Proton Mail, so you didn't quite see this as a high crime as I did. But I want him in the fucking Hague for this.
I want him on trial for genocide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about time, is it not?
It is. This is like high crimes and misdemeanors. I think Toad McKeno should be impeached.
Yeah, it's time.
He's
It's
impeached.
time.
I think it's time to turn on super chats.
No.
Well, I mean, if we were Toad, we'd have already read out about 4 super chats.
We would have read all these.
We'd have had 4 rounds of super chats. We'd have not had any actual content.
There would be no content.
There'd be no content.
We'd still be on the first category.
We'd still be on the first, sort of shill for NordVPN.
Jeff Shuckelberg says, I'm a faggot. Wow. Wow, super chat. So good. Same shit for 3 hours. Woohoo.
How's he going to pay the rent?
Oh, I know. He's
person
fucking at the public library jerking off to cuckold fucking porn, fucking weirdo. Fuck's sake.
Another person, right?
Another
shameless e-grifter is Vincent James. Surfer, tell us about Vincent.
And the guy's been demonetized. I'd say Vincent's probably the most based of them all.
But he's shilling like there's no tomorrow, man. Like, there's not even like a pretense of him.
He sells the neck pillow.
I think Vincent really believes in what he sells,
The neck pillow?
Vincent's got the My Patriot supply, which it's always a good idea to stock up on dry food.
It's absolutely shameless. It's complete shameless.
Your dry food.
And remember,
you mix it with water, and you have meals for 4 weeks. So, it's good to stock up on that in case it all collapses. And he also, on the same page.
So our next nomination for most shameless e-grifter, Golden Gun 2020, is the Quartering. Now, I'm going to cut my rant on the Quartering. I've been growing out the beard. I'm ready to do so much parody of the Quartering. I'm ready to just smirk the guy's channel completely. I've got all these videos lined up of what I'm going to do to be the Quartering 2.0. This guy, he strings out every single letter of every word he says in order to get to the 10-minute mark. Yeah. He has absolutely no expertise on whatever he's discussing, at all. I think the only thing he's actually sort of remotely expert in is being punched in the face by a tranny and then crowdfunding it. Crowdfunding? What exactly? Who knows what that was crowdfunding? Everything that he does is specifically designed to get a crowdfunding campaign. This exclusively games. What a garbage site. The whole, everything about the man, I want to destroy. And stand in the ruins of.
You have to.
There's no one more shameless.
Well, how much should he crowdfund getting punched by
thousands of
dollars?
This guy is shameless, and he's still so. This guy, he had a
shame.
He had
grifting her up, grifting her on up.
Shame.
So the Quartering, he had a set to with a fellow called 8 Eyes or 8 Thoughts, whatever his name is on Ralph's show. And this 8 Eyes guy is also like a shameless e-grifter, but even he was appalled by the Quartering's grifting. So the Quartering makes hundreds of thousands a year, right? Just off his online endeavors. And this is a conservative estimate. I'm not pulling these numbers out of my ass like Dutton here, but these are actual numbers. Hundreds of thousands a year. And he says it temerity to sort of beg you to, please donate to my Patreon.
I'm struggling.
Yeah. He's struggling. He's struggling.
Tin cup on the fucking sidewalk.
This guy.
Well, it's got to be tough, guys.
I can only imagine a world where it's tough.
You're drinking Sargon's cum.
Yeah. Oh, he's drinking a vial of Sargon's cum here. What? You're right. Anyway. Our next nomination for this is Mr. Obvious. Now, you don't get more base than Mr. Obvious. Mr. Mr. Obvious is just reading 4chan threads. If the Quartering just reads the news verbatim, right? Yeah. And Mr. Obvious,
the guy doesn't even pronounce the words right.
He can't even speak properly.
The word curriculum.
He didn't
learn any of that.
He's literally just reading poll threads on the coronavirus.
He literally just reads fucking poll. He reads
just on the coronavirus, right?
Yeah.
With like a bat avatar he's got, this anime girl. Yeah, it's disgraceful content.
And then he honks his horn. Clown World.
Oh, and also let me cut an ad ad for NordVPN halfway through.
Oh, guys, remember to subscribe.
What a
to
shameless
NordVPN.
grifter. What a shameless
You know, the guy's had some pretty good videos.
This is a terrible. This is frozen. This tape.
He put out When You're Too Online a little while ago. And he put out around that time another couple of pretty good videos. But most of his videos as of late are pretty bad takes. And it's
tough.
It's tough.
So
it is tough, but it's grifting. It's just like it's sad watching his grifting. He was monetized at one point, and he became demonetized, and he doesn't grift like the rest of the grifters, but he really makes a point to cry about it every time. About
every
how
single
he got
video.
demonetized, now he's being victimized.
I shut down my PayPal.
I need your support now, and it's tough to watch.
As if you don't support him already enough.
He's
literally reading every one of your posts out,
just a cringe
and just monetizing.
He's a cringe libertarian, but
how much more support
he's been kicked off every financial service, so he optics cucks and still loses the monetization.
Just disgrace.
What a fail,
Mr. Obvious.
He has
that's
the
why
odd
he's not
really
a
good
successful
take.
grifter. He's
just shameless.
He got murked.
His bad takes are all right because they are a good entry point, but
Boo.
They're an entry point insofar as switching on your computer's an entry point.
The guy says he's a libertarian, but he wants to work for the government.
Right then. So, the winner of the Mr. Metica Legacy Award for Most Shameless Grifter, the Golden Gun 2020, goes to...
Looks like we got an envelope just in. So, it looks like the winner is... this year, Toad McKinley.
Yay! Toad McKinley.
Very worthy winner there.
The runaway winner. Nobody else was really even close to Toad's level of grifting this year.
I mean, at what point will the grifting become even... He's already monetizing her breakup with her
Drink the tears,
boyfriend.
The guy's got to leave Chantel alone.
Well, he's got the monthly Chantel now.
Don't worry.
So that's going to
It'll all be fine when she kills herself. It'll all be okay.
Yeah, but then what? Or the second thing will be Chantel dies.
And that's it.
That's it. It's the end of the channel.
Think of it. He's hitched his whole channel to a person who surely will die if their
very much prematurely.
Very soon. So Toad's gonna. I think he's gonna have his hot tub in Malibu. His mortgage almost paid, and then Chantel dies,
and that's it. It's all over.
And then
he's back in the public library.
He wins next year for best homeless person.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe he'll win that category.
Who knows? Let's hope.
Right then, our next category for the Golden Gunt Awards 2020 is the V Award for Loyalty.
Oh.
Now, last year we had some very strong contenders.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, some of the nominations are similar, but also different. I mean, who would have thought that, this time last year, that, Gator would still be around Ralph after the post-stream antics? I mean, I thought Gator had fled like an abused wife. I thought he'd got an apartment set up. I thought he was seeing a lawyer, and they were going to Jew Ralph out of
you
millions of
fundamentally
dollars.
misunderstood the essence of Gator's character.
Well, this is it. Little did I know that Gator was,
a cowardly little subservient,
chained to the Gunt, like a salacious crumb,
sniveling little bitch. Yes, Master Ethan. What can I do for you today, Master Ethan?
Yeah.
Might I tickle your balls and lick your gut crease, Master Ethan? That's basically where Gator is at, the fucking faggot that he is. But you know what? It's gonna get taken down, guys. We gotta be careful. We gotta tiptoe around the based fucking old fag legend hacker Shannon. He knows how to flag it down.
So Shannon is one nomination for the V Award.
Shannon.
We've got Geek Thulu, who's still standing by his man. Geek Thulu's still standing by his man after all this time.
Oh my God! What the fuck?
I was hoping that Worski fired him. Worski put up that.
Weren't we all just like? I put the bunting on, didn't I? Like I bought a cake. We were gonna cut it. We were gonna put candles in it. We were ready to celebrate the end of Geek Thulu.
The guy says the point about how he doesn't like Chuck E. Cheese, and he goes, "What? You don't like a band of mechanical animals playing a song while you're eating your pizza? Are you a fucking idiot?"
There you go, buddy. That's Andy.
It's a joke.
Yeah.
And so another person for the V Award for Loyalty also goes to one of Andy's minions, sycophant here, and that's Alex.
Hey!
Alex, a person for whom Warski ordered to murder someone in cold blood.
Yeah.
You know, aim.
Stand your ground.
Yeah, and he obeyed every order. Yeah, he obeyed every order, right? He only stopped short, and this is what's maybe not giving him the V award for loyalty. He only stopped short because he didn't fire bullets upon the strangers that Warski was willing to
You think Gator would have fired the gun?
Gator would have fired the gun.
Gator
wouldn't have needed any encouragement. Gator is a one-order person, right?
Yes.
Ralph gives one order, that's it.
Yeah.
And sometimes the order's not even verbalized. Sometimes it's just a disdainful look.
There's just like there's a subconscious tie between master and slave, where Shannon, even on a subconscious level,
just knows what his master wants.
To be subservient, knows what the master wants, and impulsively, instinctually reacts. It's an incredible.
Shannon!
Crocodile Hunter could have studied this. Steve Irwin should have studied this.
Well, there we go.
Richard Dawkins could study this. This is like the next selfish gene. The relationship between
the Gunt and his
Gator. And Gator. And I mean, to study the Gunt, the specimen itself, we need to get this to Dawkins before he passes. This is the next big thing.
So, where were we? And then our last nomination for the V Award for loyalty is Mama JF.
Mama JF!
Now, I doubt Mama JF even knows what day it is. I doubt she even knows where she is. I imagine she just identifies with her captor so much now. I imagine that JF's got her in some sort of hole somewhere, like fucking like the Fritzl guy, like Joseph Fritzl. You know what I mean? She's got like a family of little potatoes, of little chips in the basement there that she's had with JF.
It puts the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again. I don't know. It's some weird shit.
So I mean, really, we could say that. I mean, who's getting the V Award for loyalty here? Is it JF for keeping her? Or is it Mama JF for standing by her French-Canadian man?
Mama JF spray painted a building for the glory of JF, if you remember. And that's real loyalty. You know,
Mama JF thinks the North Pole is made of cheese.
North Pole is made of cheese.
Oh.
You want to be spiritual later? Your North Pole made of cheese.
You raped me.
Oh, you raped me. We don't need sex too.
Oh.
So she's loyal. But is that because she's unaware? She doesn't know where she is. She needs to be in an institution somewhere.
Well, this is it, you know.
Is she loyal like a dog would be?
Truly.
Or is she loyal as though, like, is she actually loyal?
I don't know. I don't know if she has the consciousness to figure
this
it
is
out.
it. Is she here's the great question. Is Mama JF sentient?
That's the great question of our time. I think we need.
I mean, what's
Jean-Luc
the difference between
Picard
Mama JF and this empty can here? Apart from Mama JF being made of potato.
Well, we need Jean-Luc Picard to sort this out for us. If we can just get Jean-Luc and Riker to argue the council here,
there we go.
We can get to the bottom.
We come
of this
to a
now.
judgment. But in absence,
it's just a different level of sentience, you know, because you still have the free will there, but it's just there's not quite as much there, you know, but the free will still is there. So it's
but look at what Mama JF does with her free will. She's like shagging across Europe. No, he's muting his microphone every time she like puts her arms around him.
All right. Well,
right. What's the Academy of Kino next?
Oh, the 2020 award for the V Loyalty Award goes to. Looks like we just got an envelope in fresh. We'll open her on up. Looks like it goes to Gator.
Gator, you won an award.
Well done,
Gator.
Yeah.
This award in perpetuity now, isn't it?
No, you probably
this is it. I mean, every year he's going to win this.
It might even be renamed the Shannon Award.
The Shannon Award for loyalty. Because even V dropped off, right?
Yeah.
Even V saw what happened with Sargon and UKIP and thought, fuck me.
You know,
fuck me, I'm going back to my Transylvanian castle. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm going to live in my decadent Transylvanian castle with all of these traps and whores.
Four furries or whatever the fuck.
What? I'm going to continue playing Second Life with someone else, though. You know, did you know that he used to play Second Life with Sargon? They used to fuck each other on Second Life. Their avatars used to fuck each other on Second Life.
No.
And V was always the bottom.
It's true.
It's 100% real.
It's 100% real.
That's too much, you know. That's a step too
how else does Sargon reward V for his loyalty?
Yeah, that's just a step.
Don't worry, V. We will have our cybering session.
Just appalling, is it not?
You know, now that the push-up question's been answered, it's time for Shannon to do the push-ups.
Do you reckon Shannon will do the push?
I don't even think Shannon could do
So free delivery on the Golden Gunt, Shannon, if you do 5 push-ups. Is that reasonable?
Yeah, we'll get it. We'll get it right out to you there, Shannon. Don't worry.
We'll ship it right out. So our next category for the Golden Gunt Awards 2020 is most irrelevant Killstream co-host.
Oh,
now this is a tough category,
this
guys.
tough.
This is like very hard to call. We've got
some tough contenders.
Well, we've got Flamingo here.
I mean,
we've got Gator. We've got Bibble. What's a Bibble?
What's a fucking Bibble?
And we've got Ranbot, who's not technically a Killstream co-host anymore, because he was dismissed. You know. In fact, of course. I'm somewhat trepidatious. Yeah. Well, you're very trepidatious about what's happened to you.
He's been a mensch to me this whole time.
Drop a slur like that again, and I'll drop you.
Drop you. Yeah. I'm somewhat trepidatious.
Yeah, but then he smartened up. It just took him a little bit, you know. And Ranbot's.
I don't think he did smarten up, did he?
No,
last we heard of Ranbot, right? He was yelling at his wife because he wasn't getting his lemons. Get out! Shut the door! I am somewhat trepidatious of your appearance, my wife.
And he's
absolutely
just drunk, screaming at his wife, just abusing her.
Barely
coherent. Sometimes that's just the way it is.
That's just the way it is.
Just appalling. So, I mean, who's the most pathetic out of these lot? We've really got like
shit.
I mean, Flamingo, right? What is Flamingo? Like, what does he do? What does Flamingo? Even on the show, he's not doing anything, right?
Describe Flamenco's character attributes. Or
I can't even do that apart from using something disparaging, which would be like commenting on his autism.
Like
we wouldn't know about his autism, right? Because he's that irrelevant. No one even looked into it without Ralph actually saying
show. Like, does he provide?
No, because Gator's running the show. Gator's getting the guests from the looks of it. Gator's actually, the legs man.
Does Flamenco even have a soundboard? Like
he doesn't even have a fucking soundboard.
He doesn't have a fucking.
So what is Flamingo doing here? Like,
I think his role is more so in these restreams. In this Gunt guard that comes along and restreams your stream.
The only place I've ever seen Flamingo, I've seen Flamingo doing like Gunt guard defense force on Kiwi Farms thread.
Yeah, no, he shows
That's
up
all he does, and he does it for free.
Yeah, he loses. He's just awful at defending on Kiwi Farms.
Just absolutely appalling.
But the guy's so irrelevant that he's getting less viewers than me. Like his restream, he's trying to fucking murk me with the power of the kill stream. I'm getting like 200. He's getting like 150 viewers. He's losing to me at like 4 a.m. It's just sad.
Well, I mean, here's the function, right? If you're a co-host on someone's show, you've got to have some sort of charisma. You've got to have some sort of ability to carry the show.
At least something.
In the main guy's absence. You could argue that Gator perhaps does that. I mean, we're really lowering the bar here. We're really fucking lowering the bar.
Oh god.
Gator perhaps does that. But what does Flamingo do? Whenever Ralph asks him to, whenever Ralph gives him permission to talk on the kill stream, Gator.
Permission, sir.
Gator's having to fill the gaps in the Flamengo's silence because Flamengo is like browsing Kiwi Farms.
Flamenco's like the dead air machine.
Yeah, he'll speak like 1 minute after he's been asked.
He just has straight fucking tism that just causes him to be unable to socialize.
Just absolutely appalling.
When he's trying to be a talk show host with the tism.
Well, I don't understand it.
It's not going to fucking work out there, buddy. Sorry to say. You probably shouldn't quit your day job at the grocery store.
But if Flamingo, right, is irrelevant, what is Bibble? What's Bibble? Like, what is Bibble?
This is it. I don't even really
no one even knows.
I would agree with you guys, except Bibble is now the top-rated host of the kill stream.
And nobody even knows who Bibble is. That goes to show how appalling it is, right?
Bibble is the best, and Bibble has his own show with Ralph that the other guys aren't allowed on. Yeah. And Bibble gets the Saturday Sunset. The money on Saturday Sunset.
Yeah, and
Ralph's
the other
co-hosts don't get paid. Yeah. So by that standard, Bibble cannot be the most irrelevant co-host, even though no one knows who he is. He still is actually way more successful than any of the other retarded co-hosts.
Well, Ralph has had to make a completely separate show, which is in fact the exact same show. It's the kill stream in all but name.
Yeah.
Just without the other co-hosts.
Yeah.
Just with his chosen successor, Bibble, the favourite son.
When you think of how long Gator has stood.
Exactly. How long Gator's stood there, in the snow, in the elements there. He's been passing time. He's been like the Highlander of Ethan Ralph's co-hosts, and even now he's been locked over in favor of Bibble. Bibble.
Well, I mean that's why Gator won the B award
for loyalty. Yeah,
Ralph.
Do you think Ralph could literally just ask Gator, "Can I defecate upon you?" And do you think Gator would
Gator would say, "Yes, sir."
Yes.
Gator would be like, "Would you like to do it in my mouth, sir?"
Yeah, I think he would. You know?
And he would suck down that fucking succulent.
I mean, I'm being completely unironic here. You know, I'm stepping out of character. I think that Gator literally would allow Ethan Ralph to.
Well, he would be turned on by it because that's pleasing his master. Oh, thank you, Master Ralphie. Thank you for taking the steaming Nora in my mouth. Fuck.
What's the Academy saying then for? Where are we? The most irrelevant Killstream co-host. This is the Golden Gun 2020 for the most irrelevant Killstream.
Looks like we got an envelope in, and the 2020 Golden Gun for the most irrelevant co-host is Flamenco.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, it could only have been.
It could only have been, right? Because I mean, even Bibble, who we can't even describe, you know, has some sort of charisma that sets him even slightly above the Flamingo man.
If the guy could get more viewers in his re-streams, he might not quite make it. But
there we go. So our next category for Golden Gun Awards 2020 is Scholar of the Year.
Scholar of the Year.
Now we've got some great nominations for this one. One that I'm very particularly enthusiastic about. So our first nomination is Kraut. Our second nomination is Dr. Edward Dutton.
Dr. Dutton!
We've got JF Gay Rapey.
Gay Rapey.
And we've got Jordan Peace.
Oh, the good doctor.
So let's just talk about Kraut. Kraut's a scholar. He's an esteemed academic. He has become the response.
He is indeed a philosopher king for this modern era. When you see these video essays,
when you see those flag meme balls, you just know you're in for.
He's become a documentarian on the level
nourishing,
of like a Michael Moore.
This is it.
A real master of his craft.
A true master of the craft. Ken Burns in his almost
Ken Burnsian
filmic view. Right.
Indeed. This is what Kraut has become. And it's very tough to compete with how big-brained he is. And he has the learned council of scholars in his Discord. So
I mean, you need at least 150 IQ to watch a Kraut video these days.
You really do. I mean, when he starts breaking down India and Pakistan and the complex relationships.
Talking about how all the Russians are on vodka and they're all direct.
All Russians are drunks,
Sometimes you gotta watch it a couple times to really put it all together and let it sink in.
That's right. I mean, you need to hang on to Kraut's every word for each his wisdom. So
our next nomination then, Dutton. I love Dutton. Dutton's my favorite person on the internet at the moment. Right?
Is he not just a
Dutton's unreal?
Isn't
So he looks like he's insane. He looks like he's just shit. So there's this entertainment value there, But he's just like, he's got the smartest taste.
So you put Dutton on, right? And you're instantly met by a guy living on his friend's sofa. There's like suitcases under his eyes.
Yeah.
He's got like matted, furlonged hair. He's talking about all the statistics and how all the leftists are mutants and more prone to catch coronavirus. His theory is that the young people should just be executed. Vast swathes of young men should be executed. What great base text.
What a keynote.
You know when you watch a Dutton video, he starts right with a character he pretends to be. So he'll wear a wig or he'll wear a hat or he'll do some sort of skit. And then instantly he'll snap out of it, give his white hot take on whatever the issue of the day is. And do so in such an eloquent, amazing manner that I'm stunned, And let's not forget that he's a doctor of theology.
He is a doctor of theology.
He's got a residency in a Finnish university now.
He knows what he's talking.
He knows what he's talking.
He's a respected man. He's been in published academic journals.
Now, he may look like British Eggman, He may look like the embodiment of R9K.
His eyes
do not be
always
fooled.
going.
This man is a gentleman and a scholar of the highest caliber.
He indeed is. He absolutely
He's a smart guy.
So, I mean, for me, Dutton wins this, but we'll see what the Academy of Kino and Nectar actually says. We've got JF Gay Rapey. Is he a scholar of the year?
JF was the scholar of perhaps the year before, where he called out Kraut for
the trout pregnancy.
Trouts
don't get pregnant, Kraut.
Kraut, you stupid fool! Your scholars have let you down. I am the true scholar. So
do you reckon Mama JF thinks that trouts get pregnant?
I mean, this year.
Do you reckon Mama JF would make that conclusion?
Well,
or
do
you reckon-
androids dream of electricity?
Yeah, I mean, the guy was BTFO'd by Teddy Spaghetti on evolution.
Yeah,
You
kind
know?
of right. That's kind of true. That kind of knocks him down a bit.
Yeah,
And
and
Fox Day murked
you
him.
gotta remember though, but JF Garapi, what strengthens his case to Scholar of the Year, he is a culinary scholar. You have to remember. I mean, his food cooking stream.
Well, I think we'll get to that. It's nominated
Yes,
in the
it's
future
nominated
category.
in a future
But
category.
the food cooking stream on Christmas Day, that
that showed his culinary mastery.
Keynote of the
He's a
highest order.
scholar of some kind.
Yeah.
And then we had to include Peterson, right? Because we couldn't think of any other scholars of the year,
Yeah.
right? So Peterson at the moment, he's holed up in Russia.
yeah,
You gotta give.
He's been
something
addicted to
that.
prescription
he's
medication.
addicted to
Like,
benzos.
Yeah, and he's
like,
holed up in
fucked
Russia
up.
now, like trying to dry up.
He's in like he was in a coma.
What?
And
He's in a
Peterson's
drug-induced
almost
coma there. Like Peterson's fucked at the moment.
Yeah.
He's
I
absolutely.
guess
fucked.
you almost died a couple
Yeah.
times.
He's been addicted, but I mean,
South
he had that weird
America,
diet.
You gotta
didn't he?
give him something.
Well, he went on an all meat
Diet.
All red
yeah,
meat,
all red meat
actually.
diet. So that couldn't have helped his health much, right?
Well, that's the only way to live. Don't you know that?
So do you reckon that gave him some sort of mad cow disease there?
Who knows? All I know is that you need to clean your fucking penis,
Yeah.
bucko.
Wash your penis, clean
Wash
your
your
room.
penis and
Oh,
clean
you
your
gotta
fucking-
clean your room. You know, I cleaned my room yesterday, and life started coming together.
Like, have you washed your penis?
You know, I have washed my penis.
Oh, there we go. There we go. The answer of all times.
Yeah.
John
All right.
Peterson would indeed be.
Who
proud.
the fuck won Scholar of the Year?
The Academy of Kino and Nectar have just sent us the envelope.
Looks like we got an envelope in. So, the 2020 Golden Gunt for Scholar of the Year goes to Edward Dutton.
Put some respect on that. It's Dr. Dutton to you.
Very worthy winner there.
Dr.
Dr. Dutton's got it in the bag. I mean,
Yay.
anyone that's not even aware of Dr. Dutton, just put on a video now, just skip this entirely and just enjoy, a moment of Kino and Nectar.
With
I mean,
Dr.
he
Edward
really is the
Dutton.
best person on YouTube.
What a
at the moment,
legend.
I don't think anyone quite matches him.
Well, there's a few out there.
No, you know, he's got a thing on his neck, even. You
In
know,
the
to
cravat.
show his intellectual prowess.
What a winner. What a winner.
So, our next category for the Golden Gunt Awards 2020 is E-Thought of the Year.
Wow.
Now, this is the Lauren Southern Legacy Award for
The
E-Thought
Lawrence
of the Year.
Southern Legacy Award for E-Thought.
Because she's left the scene now. She's ran off with a load of people's money and decided to
She was queen
go
of the
underground
E-Thoughts.
there.
Her contributions to thoughterry
Yeah.
will be remembered forever.
Well, we'll all remember the wheat fields there.
Yeah, she's on the Mount Rushmore of thoughts when you really think about it.
So, our contenders for the crown are Ashton Whitty,
Yeah,
who had a comeback as well this year.
she did.
We've got Faith Goldie,
The
Who-
big
Faith
lips.
Goldie.
yeah, with
You
a
know,
fish, with a
Faith
leathery
Goldie
fish
is
lips.
a good-looking woman.
She's,
Oh,
Yeah.
she
you
looks
know?
like
shit.
she looks like a marine animal.
Look at her fucking forehead.
No, you know, Faith Goldie is legitimately a
Like
good
leathery
woman.
face,
Her leathery fucking
But-
rubber fucked skin,
fish,
dirty
lips.
fucking lips.
You know,
Four
the
times
sad
the
thing
size.
is,
Faith Goldie.
Faith has more balls than any man in Canadian politics. You know, and it's tough. You know, it is really tough living in Canada.
But she's making all that money with the lawsuit now. She's raising all the shekels from the simps.
And then our
She's
fourth
got-
nomination was Anna Kasparian from the Young Turks.
Anna Kasparian.
You know,
So let's
Anna
just- well,
Kasparian
and
is
wait a
also
minute,
good-looking
you
woman.
forgot the last nominee, other than Anna Kasparian.
And then our last nominee for the Golden Gunt Awards 2020 Ethos of the Year, the Lauren Southern Legacy Award, is Ocean Harrison. Where are we going to take this? First, we'll discuss Ashton Whitty returning from the break.
Yeah. So, I mean, she was totally fucked. If you've seen it, like she was, the cops were called to Baked Alaska's place. She was like put under arrest.
She was
sent to the fucking loony bin.
thrown to the loony bin.
She's been in the loony bin for like 6, 7, 8 months, and she just came back like a couple of days or weeks ago. I think now.
She's got a new trad BF. She's
Yeah.
ditched Baked Alaska.
She's on the Two Classy Gentlemen podcast, and she's letting us know about the evils of e-thoughts, warning us away from worshiping e-thoughts, saying she's not going to make videos, not going to be on social media. which is a pretty base take.
But I think
women are to shut up and be in the home and barefoot and pregnant. This was Ashton Whitty's take.
Whitty is the most attractive of all the ethos, right?
Well,
I think that goes without saying.
Poppin'? What about Ocean?
Oh, maybe Ocean will say this.
I don't know.
My opinion, right? Goalie,
no, Faith Goldie's
no,
fish.
she's like the worst.
She reminds me of like the Marine Man, the man who lives in water from Hellboy.
Faith Goldie is like one step above fucking Brittany Venti in terms of.
Yeah. Well, have you not seen her forehead?
Black Man of the Year. It's leathery.
It's leathery. She's got the lips of a fish there.
But yeah, Ashton Whitty is a pretty sexy bitch.
Yeah, I think Ashton Whitty's a very good-looking woman. And then we've got Anna Kasparian. Now, Anna Kasparian with her Young Turks. She's always a good sort of, what do you want to call her? Is she a based woman on the left? She's entertaining.
I don't know. I think she's a disgusting fucking whore who should be purged from the earth. But, you know, that's just my opinion. I think she deserves a bullet to the head.
I wouldn't a really good-looking woman in PPP.
I wouldn't even.
Anna's attractiveness changes with every video we watch. It's like rolling a dice. It's like getting a lottery ticket of whether she's going to look attractive or not.
It's like a 10-sided fucking dice.
Like, holy shit. And she's just the most extremely smug cunt I've ever seen. Do you know what I mean? She wants people. She wants anyone that voted for Trump, right? She wants anyone that even considers anyone other than Bernie to be showered. She wants them rounded in camp. She wants the vote taken away from them.
She'll unironically say that shit.
She's just horrible. She's horrible. Like, I want to throw darts at her face. But then, you know, she's occasionally good looking, so it's a tough draw there.
Yeah.
Well, this is it, you know.
Ocean Harrison then. So we're all fans of Ocean Harrison. Hey y'all, what's poppin'?
What is poppin'?
And you know, Ocean Harrison, she's a rising star here, isn't she?
There's one word to describe Ocean, and it's basic. If you were to think of the most basic bitch in the universe, like the literal most basic thought that could possibly exist, like you couldn't even imagine how basic this would be.
No,
like,
I think Ocean's takes a bigger brain than Dutton's, to be honest.
You think so?
100%.
Well, when Ocean gave her take on the flat Earth, that was a pretty incredible.
Well, when Ocean told us about what was it, cosmic ordering, and you have to visualize you have $10,000 and you've got $10,000. You just spend like you've got $10,000 anyway, even if you don't have it.
Through the law of attraction, anything is possible. Ocean told us that through the law of attraction, anything that you conceive and believe you can achieve, and that's highly profound wisdom from the mouth of a scholar of our time. It's shocking that Ocean Harrison wasn't up for Scholar of the Year.
Well, this is it.
The Academy of Kino and Nectar has made a gross oversight in this.
I believe so. I absolutely
What a disgrace. Ocean Harrison is honestly got to have one of the highest IQs of anyone I've ever seen.
Well, look at her reaction and take from the Ariana Grande song that she watched.
Exactly.
The Grammys. I mean, we were really treated to a great reaction.
When you watch the Ocean Harrison video on Ariana Grande's performance at the
she's
Grammys,
weeping. She's showing so much raw emotion. You're actually affected as a viewer.
It made me realize that there could be a woman president someday.
I think so. I think
it could be Ocean. I think it might be Ocean's turn.
Let's find out. What is the Academy of Kino and Nectar saying?
Who is the E-Thought of the Year, Surfer?
Oh, it looks like. So we got an envelope in. So I'll open up the envelope. And it looks like E-Thought of the Year goes to Ocean Harrison.
Oh, what an upset. BTFO!
So now we're going to have a quick intermission while Surfer makes some coffee. Myself and PPP are going to filibuster a bit.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about, well, what are we going to talk about, PPP?
Well, I don't know. What are we going to talk about? I mean, what did you think of Lolly Socks and Leo Pirate last night?
So I thought Leo had him on the ropes there. He got him to admit that he was like, he had like a trap BF or something.
Yeah.
That he didn't consider gay? Like, what is this?
Well, he got...
The most bizarre and baffling thing was, like, Lolly Socks, as he's talking to Leo about Christian values, is putting on a French maid's outfit.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit.
Leo actually makes him put on the dress. Leo tells him, put on the dress, and then he goes and puts on the dress.
Like, Leo, like, kind of held his own, though, I think, you know. Bear in mind, this guy has, like, a water temperature IQ.
Yeah.
Lolly Socks is just barely even sentient. I'd say him and Mama Jeff
He's
are on the
literally
same
like
level,
an NPC.
Totally,
He really is.
totally.
He's just fucking brain.
And the
dead
only
beyond
reason like
all
people even
reality.
know about him is because he's Nick's BF. So
Well, yeah, like the only reason people know him is because Nick Fuentes fucks his ass, or maybe I don't know. Maybe Nick bends over for the muscular caploid. What do you think?
I think
I
think Nick's definitely the bottom. I think that's
I don't know.
completely decided. I think the Academy of Kino and Nectar would also agree with me. You know, but so I mean, Leo holds his own during that debate. It goes on far too long. They start discussing theology as if anyone cares, because Leo's also wrong. Well, no, Leo's wrong on this anyway.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So it's hard to root for Leo. Garbage. Yeah, it's hard to root for this filthy Seventh-day Adventist.
Leo worships Satan on Saturday.
This is it. He's like a Satan worshipping, you know, sleeping
worships
upside
women,
down,
thinks women are gods.
And then they just hand over the debate to Cahool. You know, like what a disappointment. What a disappointment.
Well, it's very disappointing.
I suppose we could talk about what's been happening with, you know, Ethan Ralph going to El Paso.
Well, so
losing his
he lost
passport,
his passport, he lost
his car keys, like
he
what
lost
a disaster.
His wallet, he lost everything.
What a complete disaster.
But
and they still let him on the plane anyway.
The reason is because he was fucking wasted.
Yeah, he's out of his mind on as many drugs and as much, you know, alcohol as possible, right?
Yeah.
And it just doesn't go well for him. We've got the copy there.
Totally fucked out of his mind. And he goes on the show and you can tell he's fucked up. He's slurring
as well or something.
Yeah, I don't know. His microphone, he just starts doing the show. It's all crackling and shit because he can't figure it out because he's a fucking high on meth or some shit. Poor guy. But he's brought it all upon himself, and I can't wait to piss on his grave. It's going to be a great December morning, cold, crisp December, and I'm going to launch down my...
Let's get back into the Golden Gunt Awards 2020.
Oh, fuck.
Best Pastor of the Year Awards. And by pastor, we mean...
Pastor Anderson.
Yeah, we got all sorts of nominees.
So, like, religious leader.
Well, we're talking about, you know, the best preacher of the year, you know, the best scam preacher of the year, because I'm obviously the best legit, but this is the best scam preacher of the year.
Oh, he's calling.
Well, it's Croc. Croc's calling in. By God, Croc, you're live and on air.
You're on the Golden Gunt Awards, Croc.
We got a guest.
Croc.
Live on the Golden Gunts.
What's going on?
Are you home?
Yeah.
All right, I'm coming over.
Yeah, we've got Croc coming. 20 minutes.
Croc will be here in 20
well,
minutes.
Croc's on his way.
Perhaps we should halt the Golden... No,
we got to finish.
No. We'll finish the Golden Gunt Award, shall we?
Yeah. We'll have the after show live with Croc.
Who knows?
So best pastor we have for the nominations, we've got Pastor Anderson, we've got Pastor Manning, we've got Leo Pirate, and we've got Godwinson. Who's the best pastor out of all of these? Who can cut a fire and brimstone speech on the sinners?
I personally like your promos, guys. they're quite based. But we have to consider Pastor Manning.
I think Pastor Manning is a very, very strong.
He's a very viable threat. I mean, he's described all the issues affecting the souls of Black people. He's trying to lead the African brothers to salvation, to Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But we also have to consider Pastor Anderson, perhaps the most fiscally and the most popular e-pastor out there, with his hundreds of thousands of subs. Pastor Anderson is always a contender for this award.
And then Leo Pirate with his anti-degeneracy keynote, really bringing God to the masses.
With the 2 Witnesses videos and, you know, battling Lolly Socks over his degeneracy.
You know, those 2 Witness videos really give Leo a boost in this one. They give him a nice push forward. It will be hard to compete with, even by the likes of Pastor Anderson.
Well, what is the Academy of Kino?
What do we have?
Because they're entirely independent in this. They've sealed and verified all of the winners here. So,
well, looks like we've got an envelope in. So, the winner this year for 2020 Golden Gunt of most based pastor is going to Pastor Manning.
Yes, Pastor Manning.
Pastor Manning.
His second Golden Gunt of the night.
Truly a runaway success here.
A huge success. Leo Pirate devastated.
Leo Pirate's weeping.
Crying himself to sleep. He can't believe it.
Well, I mean, the
his
guy
arms
is
are
a
too short to
Seventh-day
box.
Adventist.
He's filthy. He's completely filthy. You know, he belongs with the cockroaches.
He really does. He's gonna rot now.
But he doesn't even go to church on Sunday.
Yeah, he's not making it. All right, next category.
Next category is the Noah Antweiler Award for Critic of the Year. Now,
No.
we've got some really strong contenders in this category. We've got some great nominations. We've got Jim Sterling, son.
Jim Sterlingson.
We've got Movie Bob Chipman.
Holy shit.
We've got Brad Jones. And we've got Doug Walker. So 4 very strong reviewers here, 4 very strong critics. Let's just go through the list. Jim Sterling, what a great year it's been for him. You know,
Jim Sterling is a degenerate piece of shit. Fuck Jim Sterling. His wrestling fed is gay and retarded, and he should be fucking ashamed of his retarded bodysuit.
I think we're all fans of
Fuck.
Stardust here. We're all fans
Fuck
of his wrestling
Stardust.
character. One day he's going to fight Dongasaur in the ring.
I want to see Jim Sterlingson get his throat slit by ISIS on television.
Okay, Movie Bob. Movie Bob Shipman.
Well,
So he's been marinating chicken and Mountain Dew.
he has, and
Yeah.
he gave the masterpiece, the magnum opus of our time, Birds of Prey, a 10 out of 10.
He gave Birds of Prey a 10 out of 10.
He did. He
And
actually gave Birds of
holy
Prey a 10 out of 10.
yeah.
Bob
Because it
Chip-
smashes the patriarchy
and
with his
people,
review, right?
You know, there's a group of 500 people now who have said that they will not watch a movie unless Movie Bob approves it.
Can you believe this?
So Movie
This
Bob
is the world we live in. This
has
is the
control,
sign of our decadence,
you know.
right? We're truly in the fall of Rome. You
So
know?
Movie Bob's influence has only grown.
People
over his
value,
cult.
like, Movie Bob is the ultimate consumer. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
His entire philosophy, if you read, like, he's like a capitalist corporatist. Like, his entire philosophy is just evil, right? It's
Just
purely,
screw you. I need money.
screw you, I need money in video games.
I want
you
to.
know?
I'm gonna live
Yeah.
forever.
Fuck my fellow
The
man.
flyovers
you know?
fucking cost me
Like,
getting to live forever in
what
my
a bastard.
holodeck. Fuck everybody from the south, I
Yeah.
guess.
And he's eating these appalling meals, rivaling Nick Fuentes' things that he puts into
What
his
a
body.
piece
Like,
of shit.
absolutely appalling diet.
What a piece of shit.
Well, you know, Fuentes put some pretty greasy stuff in
Is
his
it not
body.
yummy?
Yummy, yummy McDonald's, yummy.
Just
Daddy.
imagine eating this good. But the question is, does it compare to what King Cobra JFS cooks up?
I think JFS is indeed a true chef. He's a true gourmet here.
Yeah.
He's a true garçon of the culinary craft.
Garçon.
And then we've got Brad Jones and Doug Walker, so the cinema snob and the nostalgia critic. Both strong years for those two.
Yeah.
But I think the Academy of Kino and Nectar are going to give this award to
Looks like we got an envelope fresh in out of the mail. So we'll open it up. And the winner
Of Critic of the Year.
for the 2020 Critic of the Year goes to Movie Bob.
Movie Bob. Movie Bob.
I mean, a true critic there. you
What
know.
a piece of shit.
Truly a legitimate force in the media.
Russ has to
entertainment
spit
industry.
on fucking Bob Chip.
I think we all value his opinions, and we
No
all
one-
look to Movie Bob
No,
as
he
our
was
guiding star.
He was right about Birds of Prey.
All right.
You have to admit it.
He was right about that piece of shit.
Okay, he was right. It was a magnum opus and a masterpiece, wasn't it?
Our next nomination for the Golden Gunt Awards 2020 is Life Coach of the Year.
Life Coach of the Year.
So we've got the Ghost of Davis Orini.
Ghost of Davis Arini.
We've got Roosh V. We've got Gonzalo Lira's Coach Red Pill, and we've got Coach Black Pill, who
Coach
truly is a
Black
dark
Pill.
horse in this nomination. So Coach
He really
Black
is.
Pill, let's talk about him.
Well, Coach Black Pill recently has been rating the looks of other men.
Every video he's been making recently has been a review of another man's face. How
Yes.
it's
What do you
symmetrical.
rate your face?
Well, he hasn't rated my face yet.
So PPP submitted to Black Pill, you know, because Black Pill's actually a fan of the channel.
Well, yeah, he shows up. I think in the Gunt stream one time, he rated me as a 10 out of 10,
Jesus.
which, you know,
Jesus.
shows that he's of good taste.
It shows that his judgment is skewed.
It
This
shows
man
his
is
judgment
completely
is
like
impartial.
paranoid
He's
schizophrenic.
objective.
Like
Oh,
he
he
doesn't know
thinks
what's
he's
going on.
righteous.
He thinks you're a good-looking man.
He belongs in an institution.
He does. You know, Coach Red Pill's take on Coach Black Pill is that he's a homosexual.
And I think Coach is right.
I think Coach is wrong. I think this man is straight. He's serving as a great inspiration to young men. He's showing them what they can do to look smash.
So this guy, right? You click on one of his videos. He's got like a Wojak knee with like a beer bottle in front of him, staring into his computer screen as his avatar. So that's the base level of what you come to expect. You're in for a moment of just black-pilling bleakness.
You're in for absolute Kino when you go to.
You're looking at him rating these men's faces who have like. I mean, why are they submitting pictures of themselves to this anonymous stranger to rate?
Because Coach Blackpill is their life coach and he's getting them on track.
Well, they want to know if Coach Blackpill thinks they're attractive.
They want to know if another man.
They want to get into Coach Blackpill's pants.
Unbelievable.
Apparently, he has a large horn. That's what I've heard.
He has a large horn. That's what I've heard. Is that independently verified by the Academy of Kino and
Apparently, we'll find out.
So
how are you gonna find out?
Well, we'll find out if he wins because he had a big enough horn to just fuck the entire academy up the ass.
Coach Red Pill. So I mean, he's always a strong contender, whichever category.
In any category. Gonzalo.
He's the example of the life coaches we judge the competition by.
He has set up the standard by which
I think we've all carried with him his little moments of advice, like anal sex is a woman's kryptonite, women are dogs.
Pregnant women are damaged goods.
Andy Warski is 4 things.
Yeah.
You know.
All sorts of And I mean, without those life lessons, let's face it, none of us would get any pussy.
Well, this is it. None of us would be even here now. Yeah. You know, we'd have just committed suicide without coaching.
Yeah, we would be lost in darkness.
Chilean hand of friendship, you know, guiding us through this.
Lost in absolute fucking darkness without him, just groping, blind.
So Coach really is a pillar of this category. Our next nomination for the category was Roosh V, and then the nomination after that was the Ghost of Davis O'Reilly. So Davis O'Reilly is a ghost because I think he's dead now. You know,
right? Nobody's really heard of him.
No one's really heard of him since
But Arini's spirit lives on.
It lives on.
Inspiring us to spit on women.
Yeah.
Fight the feminists, the SJWs, and
to make terribly amateur films about any stock, is it?
Yeah, well, and also to create Lust in the Time of Heartache.
That's what it was.
Lust in the Time of Heartache. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've not seen Lust in the Time of Heartache, it's on YouTube.
It's a Kino.
It really is.
It's a true Kino.
It is, in the highest sense. Lust in the Time of Heartache, it's 10.
So, what is the Academy of Kino and Nectar saying is the winner of this category?
It looks like we got an envelope fresh out of the mail. So the 2020 winner of the most based life coach goes to Coach Blackpill.
Coach Blackpill. His cock was large and his horn massive and strong.
So if you've not watched the Coach Blackpill video, just submit him a picture of your face and he'll rate it out of 10, and do so in a very autistic way. I think that pretty much sums Coach Blackpill, and he is a worthy winner of this. He's come in. He's the dark horse. He's taken Coach Red Pill.
Basically, if you're not a Chad, you may as well kill yourself. If you don't look like a Chad, it's over. And Coach Blackpill lets people
lays it out straight. He lays out what he says.
If you're a sub 5, he says you should kill yourself.
Just kill yourself. Yeah, so if you rate lower than a 5, ladies and gentlemen, just kill yourself. This is
Coach Blackpill take.
Yeah, and bear in mind that Coach Blackpill is giving PPP here a 10 out of 10. So measure your self-worth on that.
Yeah, none of them can compete with me. I have an Adonis-like physique.
We are on now the best streaming moment of the past year. The Golden Gunt Award 2020 for the best streaming moment. Our nominations are PPP throwing up after almost 100 nuggets.
96.
He didn't quite make it, though.
We've got Kraut sharing his Gunt on Twitch. Yeah. Just showing it for all and sundry to see.
Shows off his Gunt.
We've got Rand abuse his wife, telling her to shut the door, telling her he's somewhat trepidatious. And then we've got Mama JF's cooking stream. So where do we even begin? Let's just begin at the top of the nominations here. So PPP. He's challenged by Kraut. Kraut's going to make a gym video if PPP eats 100 chicken nuggets. So how are you feeling as you're eating these 100 chicken nuggets? Are you feeling confident?
Well, I thought I could get it done. First 50 went down real fast, and we got through 6. Once we hit 70, it started to get tough. By the 80th one, every single one of them was like agony, And by like the 90th one, like I was trying not to puke on every fucking chicken nugget.
Well, I mean, Surfer even helps you out with some motivation. So he starts playing Eye of the Tiger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just on my break at work, so I came out to eat some toast or something like that. It looked like it was tough, so I put on the music. The music helps you get going a bit quicker.
But it
You
kind
put
of,
on a
it
song,
kind of,
it's a bit quicker.
it motivated him the other way, didn't it? Because the moment Eye of the Tiger started playing, the
I
moment
was
we heard, rising up, it's the moment that PPP just decided to
Rising up
release all
Rise
bodily
to
control and just throw up on camera.
everywhere.
He runs to
All
the
over
toilet,
everywhere.
Eye of the Tiger's playing, and he's just throwing up these chickens.
Just dying.
And then afterwards, right? So after you've thrown up about 10 of these nuggets, you go back to try and finish the challenge.
Yeah.
To let Kraut not defeat you.
I did finish 100 of them,
But you threw up, so it kind of is forfeit. So it's kind of forfeit.
I don't know. I think it was still a very valiant effort, and I should be commended for it.
So our next nomination for this category was, where are we? Have I lost where we are?
You lost everything.